State is Wike. Thank you for your time with us today.
You're welcome.
The last time you spoke with us, you were in the middle of campaigns to contest for the presidential ticket of your party, the PDP. That was months ago, last year. You contested that election and you lost. How did that make you feel?
Well, for me, in every contest, there must be a winner. Unfortunately, in our own case, I thought a winner would have emerged through due process. That wasn't the case. But again, like we who are Christians, we say power comes from God. When anything happens, you say, well, I leave it to God. That power comes from God. But looking at the scenario, what transpired, it tells you that up to now, as an opposition party, we don't realize that we need to give Nigerians the hope, the confidence to turn things around. That we are coming in to take over power, to show Nigerians a better way of doing things. You realize, if you watch very keenly, in that election, particularly the day that election was conducted, I was the last speaker, and I did say, because we have been assured by the party and those who are responsible for the conduct of that primaries. And so, based on that assurances, I made a commitment that whoever emerges today, I will support the person, thinking that having given other assurances, that of course they will keep to their words of, look, we're in no position. We want to take over power, and therefore we must show that transparency to Nigerians, give them the assurance that indeed we have corrected our past mistakes, that people have said, look, as a day when we were ruling party, the impunity with which we are doing things is not what was expected. So we went in, and every candidate or aspirant, as it were, spoke. And I was the only person who clearly made that commitment, because I've been in this party since 1998 till date. I've never one day, because of one grievance or the other, left the party. But of course, it won't turn out to. If you watched, every aspirant was given opportunity to speak. Then after speaking, the panel came up. Now that everybody has spoken, we're now going to the election. So everybody was waiting to say, State A, come and cast your vote. State B, come and cast your vote. Surprisingly to me, or to most people, there was an announcement by the chairman of the electoral panel, former Senate President, former governor under the military, very experienced, His Excellency David Mark, that somebody wants to say something. So, who again is going to say something? All the aspirants have spoken. So who is going to say? Before we knew, one of the aspirants, my colleague, the governor of Sokoto State, Tamboa. So their party delegates, for the interest of the party, that he would want to withdraw from the race. Fair and good. You are entitled. But you not went further to say, look, not only am I withdrawing, vote for so-so candidate. After the campaign had closed. Now, nobody was given another opportunity. Having heard what this aspirant said, do you have any reaction to it? We're about casting votes. Every speech had ended. That was a breach of the electoral process. At that point, it was no longer fair and fair. It was no longer transparent. But as a party person, I allowed it. I had every choice to go to court, litigation, to say, look, there was no transparency. The process was mad, was flawed. But I allowed it to go.
Do you feel betrayed by the governor of Sokoto State?
I don't want to use the word betray. It is his conscience and his God. If he feels comfortable, it's okay. If he feels not comfortable, it's okay. Because for me, I'm not the one to judge. It's God and his conscience. I'm not the one to judge.
What about your party? Do you feel betrayed by your party?
No, not the issue of betrayal. I thought when the chairman said there would be free and fair election, I thought we should take his words as a national chairman, not knowing that there was a hidden agenda. In fact, I started suspecting this, but not knowing that to get to that level. When I saw the composition of the various committees, I said, look, I don't understand. These people are identified as people who have sympathy for social presidential aspirant. But I said, look, it's a delegate selection. I have campaigned, and I have now worked hard. By the grace of God, let's go in. And they saw it. It's part of the composition of various, they couldn't add up. And so the best bet they would have, look, if you don't step down, there's likelihood that this person, that somebody will not emerge. In fact, to the point that national chairman threatened them that if I emerge, he was going to resign. It was so.
And you heard this from some of the...
Of course, but of course we are all politicians. Everybody knows what was going on. So, yes, but again, like I said, this is a party we are built. Even this national chairman we are talking about had left the party before. We have never left the party any day. And that's what we continue to say. Nobody can tell us they love this party than us. Nobody. You have left the party and came back. There are people who sat here, nurtured the party, make sure the party never went underground. And so you are contesting election now on the platform of this party. If we had not labored hard, sustained the existence of this party, maybe there wouldn't have been any platform for an election. You would have come out to say, look, I want to seek for an election.
Your Excellency, you spoke about due process not being followed, but what many Nigerians saw on that day when that primaries, when it was conducted, was that an election held and the former Vice President of Nigeria, Atiku Abubakar, won the election and he got the ticket and you came second. Some critics will say that you are a sore loser, you're being a sore loser. And the question is, why do you find it so difficult to move on?
No. See, that's why they're making a mistake. First of all, this is my first time of contesting for a presidential primaries. This is not the first time. I mean, this is my first time of contesting. And look at the challenge. How could I be a loser? If there was no that conspiracy at the dying minute, if the candidate knew there was a problem, and I said, if I was angry to that extent, I would have challenged it, but I want the survival of the party. Having allowed that, then other things came on. Look, okay, now that this has happened, the issue of zoning was crucial. And I can tell you the truth. You know, when people do not know, thinking that because of a selfish interest, not knowing that it will affect the party negatively in future. When we met, most of all read the issue of zoning, which is provided in the constitution of the party. We said, look, the national chairman should move to the north. There was a fight. So the Senate committee to look into the zoning. At the end of the day, the zoning committee came up that look, the national chairman should go to the north. And that was applied. Now when it came to the issue of presidency, they said, oh no, it should not be zoned. It should be allowed. Now they set up a zoning committee to tell you that they were not sincere. The zoning committee had not come up. Unlike when they set up a zoning committee in the national chairmanship position, they went and bought forms. What is the implication? People have bought forms. What zoning are you talking about? We want to deny them their rights. So, the zoning committee was handicapped. It was intentionally done. And who masterminded all this? Or the so-called presidential candidate today. And when that happened, the national chairman, on his own volition, knowing that this has been the tradition of PDP, came up to say, if the presidential candidate emerges from my zone, I will resign. I will resign. Nobody forced him to say that, but he knew that yes, this had been the tradition.
Was this something that was agreed within the party, the national chairman saying that it was going to be done?
Of course, I mean,
was it
for example, something you know is the tradition of the party. The chairman goes here, the president candidate goes here. So that was why he made that to say, if the president candidate emerges from my zone, which he did not, I will resign. Meaning that the national chairman then should go to the south. Now, it has happened. The president candidate has emerged. Now, fulfill the promise you made. Oh no, there is a constitutional crisis. There is this and that. I said, look, this is not gentlemanly. That is not the way we are supposed to do. What are we telling Nigerians? We have not formed party. We have not formed government. We are emerging. We are violating our own constitutional provision by introducing what never anybody contemplated. You now became a smarter person. That is not the way we should go. And that's what has led us to where we are today.
Your Excellency, are you angry with the choice your party made of who should be the presidential flag bearer of your party, Atiku? You have accused him of being one of the masterminds, or if not the mastermind behind the zoning thing not working out in terms of who who got the ticket to represent the party in the ballot.
What do you mean if I'm angry with him?
Are you angry with him? And let's be clear, you're accusing him of being the mastermind.
No, it's not a question of accusing him. He knows that he is the mastermind. He knows that because he believes that if he does not become president now, he will not become president. So to him, this is my last chance. So he did everything he could do to make sure. Okay, no problem. You have achieved whatever you wanted to achieve. Now put the party together for us to move forward and win the election, which is the ultimate. The ultimate is not somebody to be presidential candidate. The ultimate is that we have to win election. Because obviously as a party, you must have a presidential candidate. But you must have a presidential candidate that has to win the election. So what's my anger? He has emerged. Whichever process, he has emerged. But what follows that is, having emerged, fulfill what has been agreed, and being the covenant of the tradition of our party. When you hear people talk about constitutional provisions and this and that, it just gets me, I just get mad. I say, look, what kind of smartness is this? What kind of smartness is this? We are talking about winning the election. We are saying, let's comply with the tradition of our party. Let the national chairman fulfill the promise he made, knowing fully well that it has not been our tradition. Going into election.
Is that what is stopping you from supporting him in his bid to become the president of? He said in a recent interview that he has met with you at least 5 times, both home and abroad, and you guys are still, on the stalemate.
With all due respect, when you say somebody has told lies, it looks as if, why did he say an elder told lies? To put it, okay, what he said is not correct. Totally not correct.
He has never met with you one-on-one?
Let me tell you. Atiku Abubakar, I will say it clearly today. When he returned from Dubai, after the sojourn to Dubai, after the 2019 election, here I'm talking to you. Atiku Abubakar came with Mana Waziri, Dime Melaye, and some of them. Before even they talk about go and pick from or no pick from, he came here to see me. And while we are free the general talk, he said he wanted 2 of us to talk. As I speak to you, right inside that parlor, 2 of us were there. He said he came to see me, that I shouldn't be angry, that he traveled, and people are saying that, since after he traveled, no contact with people. And I said, well, let's not cry over the spilled milk. Yes, it's correct. I know the support I gave you. You never even called me up for one day. My brother, thank you. Even if we didn't make it, I thank you for the support. I didn't support him in the primaries. I supported Aminu Tambuwa, was Tambuwa. After that primary, that same day, Atiku came to see me in government house. I said, listen, you don't need to. I'm a PDP member. Let's move on. And I gave my words. And I did not only give my words, in terms of voting, APC never got 25% 2019, even when the president is sitting. In terms of logistics, let any state challenge River State in terms of who contributed more. So I said, look, that is not fair. He said, okay, he's sorry. I said, okay, it's okay. He said, look, he wants to tell me that he wants to run. I said, well, that's nothing wrong. However, we in the South had agreed that the presidency should come to the South. So I cannot say I'll support you, because that will be betraying the agreement we have reached in the South, whether you're APC or PDP or any party. So I cannot. He agreed. and left. So that is before election. In fact, before even the issue of primaries had come. This was more than 5 months to the primaries or whatever. The only time I saw Atiku in my house was in Abuja after the primaries on Saturday leading to Sunday. He came to my house on Monday morning. I was returning to Port Harcourt before the former Attorney General and Minister of Justice, Madam Bella Doki, called me that look, that Atiku wants to see me. I said, look, you know I'm heading to airport. He said, no, just give him, that's okay. I'll be leaving by 10:30. Luckily, around 10 to 10:30, I was about to have, he came in. He came in with some business people, some politicians. So he came there. I said, look, I have no problem. He said, okay, can we talk? We went to my office in my house in Abuja. You know, my anger, or one of the things that make me angry, I discuss with you, I respect you, you told me something, unknown to me, you are not sincere about it. There's nothing wrong in leadership. Just look, I don't think this can work now. I prefer it. Even the worst of it is that it came out from you voluntarily. Because when we sat down, he said, look, he has come to see me. I said, fine, what's the problem? He said, well, the primaries come and go. I said, no problem. I said, I know you thought I would go to court. I won't go to court. I don't want our party to die. Fine. He said, okay. He thinks that you has to go. I said, why? He said, yeah, because it's not the tradition that the chairman and the presidential candidate should come from the same zone. You know, this is what I don't like in my life. At that level. And you now say, come back and say, you know, so that was the only time Atiku came to see me after the primaries on Monday. The only time was in Jerry Gana's house, where Jerry Gana called me, pleaded with me. I should come to his house. I said, for what? He said, oh, the vice presidential candidate, he has also invited him. I said, okay, I will respect your come. I came. What do you want me to do? I need to work. I said, look, sir, you're not sincere. You're not serious. You say unified. How are you unified? You're a divider. You came to my state in one piece. You went and appointed presidential council members. You never wrote River State a letter. The men met and we refused to nominate. All he did was to come to my state, divided my state, thinking that you have gotten the major people and made them presidential council members. You went ahead. A man that was expelled from the party, stamped by the court. The man is in Supreme Court now. You went and made him technical advisor. Now, in doing that, say the truth. Do you really want us to work together? You didn't stop there. You told people that after all, what is the governor of Rivers saying? All the leaders, elders have left him. I confronted him. I said, see, these are the things, some of the mistakes most of you make. That is what you, who is running the election, even if they have come to you, could you not have told them, this is gentlemen, I'm trying to say how me and your governor, you know, after these primaries, there should be reconciliation and reconciliation. I told him that. Professor Jerry Gana is a living witness. He's alive. And he said, okay, we'll see. I do his modus operandi. They believe in black men. Propaganda. The next time we met, this I'm telling you, not that he came to my family, it's not correct. The governor of Adamawa State told us, my colleagues who will believe in the same thing, that look, Izoga, who of course is there from the same state, he would want to talk to us. Is it because we're in London, we want to say, or Obasanjo want to say, is that why? He said, no, yeah, it's okay. We agreed. We didn't invite him to come to our hotel room. We went to his hotel, Hilton Jumeirah. We went to his hotel. Myself, the governor of Benue, the governor of Abia, the governor of Oyo, and the governor of Adamawa, and himself. Another person that was Senator Laka. What are the issues? We said, look, there's no big deal about this. You have emerged. We're not talking about presidential candidate again. All we're talking about, can we follow the tradition of our party and let the national chairman comply, fulfill his promise he made? He told us in that meeting that yes, he confronted the national chairman. And the national chairman said, yes, I say so. I so say, if he has admitted, so what is holding up? So we agreed in that meeting. It's okay. Let us give him 1 week. We'll meet again. But as far as Ayu is going to go, yes. Now, the modality of him going. Now, thinking that within that 1 week, he will call us back as promised. These are governors. For Christ's sake, we're not houseboys. For Christ's sake, he did not sponsor our election. For Christ's sake, he didn't give me 1 naira since I started on election in 1999. So it's not that I owe. I'm paying back. No. He did not pay my air ticket to come there. Out of wanting to make peace, we sponsored ourselves and came there. We were waiting within that 1 week. He didn't call us. All we had, he made a statement that no, there are constitutional impediments and therefore you cannot go. What? This was somebody we sat with, agreed on something, asked his governor. Omar Fintri, asked him.
So this is part of what is making you angry and causing the statements because it didn't fulfill the promise.
Yes, the problem, you want to assume leadership at this level. And at this low level, you sat with people, agreed on something with people. Part of leadership qualities, look, hey, I may be wrong, but gentlemen, I have made this commitment. Gentlemen, having made this commitment, I may be wrong, I may be right. But if he believes in me, why not agree with me? This is the commitment I've made. Now, they started bringing all kinds of, and I laugh. And I say, listen, we're talking about election. We're not talking about primaries. And people begin to talk about, it's a bad loser, it's this. For Christ's sake, look, if I feel that pain, just like they did, when they were angry in the party, they left the party. Mention anybody around him today. Mention all the spokespersons around him today who never left this party because of one anger or the other. Mention. Even there are people whom I hear when I watch on television.
Is that something you're considering to leave the party?
No, the point I'm making. If you think that I'm that kind of bad loser that I can't take it, just like then, I would have left the party. They did it. Take, for example,
But the grounds for you to leave the party because you're obviously aggrieved.
No, the point I'm making, because of my love for the party, that's why I'm saying the party. Ordinarily, if I'm that so angry, like they did, like when he was even the vice president of Olusegun Obasanjo, he ran under ACN, he left the party PDP. Yes, he came back to PDP, he ran for primary, he went to APC. So I would have asked that too. Even the fraudulent way, the primary way, should have used as a reason. I said, look, no, I've left the party. But I said no. This is the party I've committed myself. This is the party I've supported. And you cannot, simply because I want peace. You can't say because I love the party. And they begin to trample upon us to say we are nobody. That's certainly not acceptable. What have we not done to say we want peace? You only say lies to the public. You don't want to tell the public, look, this was the actual thing that happened. It's not a question of giving media houses money to say this, not to say that. At the end of the day, you worsen the situation. Take, for example, I can give you instances. How did they leave the party? What happened? How did Saraki leave the party? What happened? How did Tambo leave the party? What happened? Ask Saraki, ask Tambo. When we were meeting in London and France, how did they come back to the party? You know, people forget yesterday that some of his spokesperson there, they were the ones climbing on the podium, abusing PDP is a corrupt party. If you vote for PDP, you are voting for unemployment. You are doing this, you are doing that. Corruption, this insurgency. Even you remember, even when President Jonathan was elected as the presidential candidate of PDP 2014 into 2015, as a sitting president, let them deny it never happened. A sitting president went to London at the Chester Hotel to plead with Atiku Abubakar. Look, there's no need. You were vice president under this party. Yes, one or two may have happily left the party. You came back again. Now, please, you know the condition I gave him. He should relinquish his mandate. That's the only way. This is a sitting president in the Chester Hotel in London. I've said it severally. Can somebody come out and deny it? And you see, and I'm sure he talked to you people when he was in America, where he said, look, he has moved on. He doesn't care about G5. Fine. We care for the youth of the party. He has gotten the ticket. He doesn't care. He doesn't care about our vote. No, he doesn't care. What he's doing now is dividing each state. Okay, take for example, people are saying you are not working for him. Those of them who are around him, are they working for their state governors in their state? See what is happening in Bauchi. See what they are doing to the governor of Bauchi state. All those from Bauchi who are around the presidential candidate are only supporting the presidential candidate and fighting the governor, Balam Mohammed. For me here, I have never trusted them. So I know they are modus operandi and they cannot take me unawares. But these other people, like Bala, took them seriously. Meanwhile, they are fighting me, but they know I know them.
Your Excellency, you talk about peace, you talk about unity in the party, you talk about how it is your utmost desire for the party to win. But you lead a group called the G5 governors, the integrity group. Yeah. Don't you think that is counterproductive? And some will even say it's better for you to leave the party than to lead a group that is openly not in tandem with what the party wants.
No, you are wrong. We are not like them. We can't leave our house for armed robbers. We won't do that. If the house we built, we can't leave it for who? No way.
But it now seems that you are divided.
It's not divided. It was peace. Doesn't come in. There must be peace. There must be peace. We will not leave this party. For example, I don't lead the G5. Our leader is the governor of Benue State. Right? We cannot leave this party. We cannot do it. We are not like them. We will stay inside this house and fight. And we know they have no choice but to allow peace to reign. We know that. It's not a matter of whatever. No, the peace must come. They must bring the peace. Look, if we see, I can tell you, those I know who are members of G5, you know what people don't know. They underrated a lot of people, and people will be shocked. What is going to happen? I just see them what they are doing in my state. I all know them. You will see. If they don't bring peace, you will see who will be the one losing. I was thinking, you saw APC. Crisis. People say APC was going to destroy this. Look at the management of the crisis. Look at what the presidential candidate did to everybody. In politics, it is not, I can do it alone. That arrogance. Look at it. It went down. Hey, sit down. Let's tell ourselves the truth. Okay, what do we do? How do we solve it? In reality, you are coming to each of the states where the governors are to groom people. They tell you, don't mind them. They can't do anything. You know, and you fold your heart and you ask, who are these people who are saying don't mind them? You forget the internal dynamics. There are local politics too that you have to be careful. That may affect your chances. You must be very careful in involving yourself in local politics. You must be careful. But he does not understand. He doesn't think it matters to him. For him, it doesn't matter. Rivers State, whether Wike likes it or not, he will win. In Oyo State, because he went to campaign, somebody said Atiku, oh, didn't they shout Atiku? You know, these are things that deceive people.
So just to be clear, Your Excellency, what is the goal of the G5 governors? What do you want to achieve?
Fairness and justice. That is what our party is talking about. That is what we are telling Nigerians. That, look, part of the problem we have in this country that we don't have leaders who have integrity. And we, as an opposition party, we are telling Nigerians, look, things must be done in a different way. Not the way probably the ruling party is going. And you must show Nigerians that confidence. We say this and we're applying this. We say this and we're carrying it out. But if they are not doing that, hey, they'll say, look at what's going on here. They are not in power. They have told us this will happen. It's not happening. So what do we make out of it? That is the point we are trying to say.
And what would they need to do, the party and the presidential candidate?
Let the national chairman resign and allow the South to take their chairman. That's only, it's not a question of, look, we have never told him one day, we need this. We don't do that. We have never told him, give ministerial this, give this on this board. We have never, and we won't do it. We won't do it. Unlike people who go to him and they're like, oh, you know, you will be this. I can tell you some governor that they have promised this and promised that. He can't say any of us have ever sat with him. We need this. No, it's not true. It's not true. And in fact, I had the opportunity to go to Senate. I said, no, I won't go. I won't go. I didn't go and run president that I want another position. No, I ran president because I don't have the capacity. I have the capacity, and I was quite convinced that I was going to win. Now I turned that around. I won't go and say, okay, give me this. No. I don't do that. Like some people want a collected form to run for president. And then they tell somebody, hold it in case this happens. They are not prepared to run for president. They don't know. In case, I will not do that in case. So that's why they
could. Something that you're looking on trying again, after now.
You have to be alive first. I mean, how can you stay here and begin to think about what will happen in 4 years' time? No, nobody does that. Why not finish this, take a rest, and communicate everything. Discuss with your God. And let him direct you which way forward. It's not for you to say, okay, I'll try it again. See, this is it is. You plan, but you don't know what God's plan is for you. So why do you go and do that? Why not pray? Yeah, God will let you know. See the way you should go. Not just come out from office, you start planning that I will do this in the next 4 years. No, I'm not a businessman that said I want this profit like this. No, I'm not going to do that.
How do you respond to people that say if you think on coming out again or doing other things in terms of politics, this move that you are taking, you're a very vocal part of the G5 governors, is tantamount to political suicide? How do you respond?
What suicide? Who are those? What is their political status? What is their that's why you see newspaper media houses, people give a lot of people publicity that they don't deserve. Who are these people? They are the ones born to decide what your fate will be. You see, these are the things they say political suicide. What the hell are they to decide you are committing political suicide. They are the ones that decide who is committing political suicide or not. You see, that is what we must break in this country. I will not be a party to that blackmail. Nobody will tell me that. Nobody. Nobody. Nobody was born to rule this state or this country than any other person. So if anybody tells you, yeah, committing political suicide, who is that person? Who told him that or her that what they are doing, they are not committing political suicide? What kind of arrogance is that? Because I'm saying that what you are doing is wrong. Correct what you are doing. Because I don't accept what you are talking about, it means I'm committing political suicide. I mean, that is rubbish. Balderdash. Complete rubbish.
Your Excellency, who is your presidential candidate for the 2023 election?
Why are you in a hurry? Why are you in a hurry?
In January, he said
January. Did I tell you January 4th? Did I tell you January 10th? Did I tell you January 16th? You people are just, calm down. We are all politicians. We all have our own political strategies.
the election is about a month away.
Oh, what is wrong even in who told you that 24 hours, nothing can happen in politics? Who told you that? Who told you that? You see, I don't work as an individual. You know what people don't understand? If you know what they call guerrilla warfare, there are different strategies of guerrilla warfare. There are different ways of going to war. What you see today is not what you see tomorrow. I laugh at them when they say, oh, we're in touch with social governor. I laugh. We're in touch with, they don't even understand. I can, as a matter of fact, say you don't talk. You don't talk. If they ask you, tell them I'm the problem. You say, oh, we're in touch with you. You say that I'm the problem. And you laugh at them. Wike is this, Wike is not. It's not done so. Watch what is going to happen.
We've had several of the candidates come to, visit you. We've heard you've had meetings with several of them.
Yes, yes.
The candidate of the Labour Party and also Rabiu Kwankwaso. We also heard, this is not confirmed, that you also had a meeting with the candidate of the APC.
No. People are not saying the truth. People tell lies a lot. Before now, remember, we have said we met with Obi and Obasanjo in London. That time. We also met with Atiku. We also met with Atiku. We also met with I also met with Wike. Whether you like it or not. Not this one they are saying that recently that we met in London and Kensington, that we did not agree. So all kind of blackmail and this. Each time they see with the G5 go out, they will say it's a meeting. We go to Spain, it's a meeting. You go to Turkey, it's a meeting. You go, it's a meeting. So even when you're with your family, it's a meeting. At my position today, you mean I should shut my door for anybody who said, look, I want you to support me. I should say, oh, Kwakwaso wants to see me. Tell Kwakwaso no, I haven't said. Obi wants to see me. Tell Obi no. Tinubu wants to see me. Tell him no. What kind of politics is that at my level? I mean, Rivers State is an important state.
So you are undecided? You have not decided?
It's not a question about undecided. That is left for me and my people.
One of your G5 governors have clearly shown support for the candidate of the Labour Party, that's the governor of Benue State.
Yes.
He has is declared his support for the candidate of the Labour Party.
What he said, the man went to see him. What is wrong? He said, look, you're a good candidate. Is it because it's not his party? So it's only anybody who's in your party that's only good. What he said, look, you're a good candidate. Unfortunately, if I was in your party, I would have supported you. But I'm in PDP. What is the endorsement there? I don't understand. All you should have told him, get out, you're not a good candidate. Don't come here again. That's what, these are the kind of politics. A governor for almost 8 years. So if Obi comes to me, and I say, look, you're a presidential material, does that mean an endorsement? For Christ's sake. You mean you cannot have 5 people who are presidential materials at the same time, and then out of the 5, you'll be able to choose comparatively I mean, you are in a class of competition. Somebody scores 80, somebody scores 75, somebody scores 70, somebody scores 69. They're all good students, for Christ's sake. For Christ's sake, you know, let me take 80. But some factors could say no, even though he scored 18. But in terms of showing me that he's at the top, I'm not saying it. I don't know what else. So that could make you not to say go for him. But that does not mean he's not an intelligent person. You can also look at a person who scores 75. Very good student. Very good. But you can, again, I don't think for this position, he fits into it. Right? So, but you must admit that, look, he is a good person. He's a presidential material. But probably he may be lacking what you may consider somebody who should be in that position. And that's what the mistake people make every time. You said, Kwakwang, so I will give him logistics. As a governor, former governor, you come to my state for a rally. I will not give you vehicles. I mean, does it make sense? Why would I not give logistics? When Obi came here, I gave him vehicles. When I applied to you this time, I gave him. If Kwakwang is coming and tells me he's coming, I will give him logistics. Like any other person. That's the way it is.
So in your experience, if you were to rate the top contenders in the presidential election, the candidates of the APC, Bola Tinubu, that of LP, Peter Obi, your party, Atiku, Abubakar, and Rabiu Kwankwaso, how would you rate them? Who do you think is a good candidate?
No, it's not for, don't worry, don't, I have told you, don't worry, you are the one who say, well, January. I said, did I tell you a particular date in January? All I'm trying to say, you will know. It's not hidden. It will not be hidden, you will know. I'm not running away, you should know me very well. There are strategies in everything you do. We have strategies. Do this now, do this tomorrow, do this the next 1 week. Everything will be coming up. So don't rush. Even if it is, then it doesn't matter. But the point I'm trying to tell you, PDP should have the opportunity. There will come a time the door will be shut. I'm not. If heaven will come down, let it come down. I have told you, look, if that day heaven will come down, the heaven will come down. Let us see heaven come down. So nobody should threaten anybody. Nobody should threaten anybody. Not one should threaten anybody. If at the time, if we take decision today that we will not support the PDP candidate, we will give reasons why we will not support him. For Christ's sake. If today we have decided, we'll do it. What would anybody do? You will come and take gun and put on my neck. What would you do? You will sack me for the party. You know, I tell people, you know, when there's a crash of aeroplane, sometimes the parts will go this way, the wing can go this way. That's how this thing is. They should better be careful. All those threats, when I see all these, the rent seekers, those who have left power for years, looking how to see how they can be relevant, making noise, abusing us, governors. This. Unfortunately, I have challenged them. Why are not people abusing me, Wike? What have you done in Rivers? Why are they not abusing me? Why are they not abusing me? They should abuse me. That's what I told you. You cannot, because even in Rivers, you can't perform.
Talking about Rivers State, let's talk a bit about state politics. And some people have accused you, talked about we've spoken to some governorship candidates who have spoken about the executive orders that you signed, and say it's a ploy against them to stop them from campaigning and to derail their bid or their campaigns for the 2023 elections. How do you respond to that?
That is the way you are not serious. When the exam is approaching, those who prepare for exam is not because the exam is almost near. Serious students read from beginning. Lazy ones are those that the exam is not so, they will say they won't sleep. They will buy cola. They will buy Nescafe. to say they will stay 24 hours reading. That is not time for reading. People have read for the exam, knowing that the exam will come. Politics is not an all-comers thing. At least that one in Nigeria. What wrong is it? What is the executive order? In any way, the assembly has passed a law on that. So that has superseded the executive order. What is the executive order? Before now, when you want to use any public facility, either the stadium or wherever, don't they apply to the government? They apply to government. Want to use Adokia Masumeka Stadium, want to use General Gowon Stadium. Why do they apply? And they pay money. Are they not public facilities? Now, we say listen, our experience in the last period, look, you go to primary school, secondary school, schools are in session, right? Not only that schools are in session, you want to go to a school to do already. Sometimes it's violent. Talks, fight. Settle us. He told us you give us money. We have mobilized people. He didn't settle us. They destroy facilities. Or they litter everywhere. Sachet of water, bottles of water, packs of rice. You go. Who will clean them? The children in school. They will clean. You see, we must face reality. We say, look, if you are going to a school to do rally, deposit 5 million naira so that if you destroy or litter the whole place, government can now use that to either replace and clean up the school environment. What is wrong in that? What is wrong in that? PDP did it, applied, and said these are the venues we want to campaign. And they formed about 19 venues out of 23 local government. But they are not, they say they are not using school in the other areas, but these ones want to use school. And they paid 5 million per. Look, you want to run as a governor. You want to run as a governor. You are saying 95 million naira to use for 19 centers, not one center. You are doing politics. How much do you pay for advert board? How much do you pay radio advert? How much do you pay television advert? You watch television. Look at when they advertise. During the news, before the news, after the news, immediately after the, how much? 2.something million for 1 minute. Now, you are telling me that it's too expensive. If you know it's expensive, don't advertise. That's campaign. You want to use public facility. And you want to go there, knowing fully well how our political campaigns are. Destruction by talks, that in the entire place. And you come up to say, oh, that is in order to derail. What kind of system is that? I've told you the truth. Now, those who are applied now to use Adokia Masumeka Stadium, it's not a public facility. Why did you apply? Is public schools private facility? It's not a public facility. If you can do it in a private school, okay, we will not ask you. It is left for you and the owners of the school. But for public institutions, no. We are the ones, government is in charge. You cannot go and do campaign there, dirty the school, destroy facilities, and then you go back tomorrow in your campaign. Go to social school. There are no windows. Who destroyed them?
What advice generally will you have? Do you have to give Nigerians as they go as we go?
For me, this would be a true test of democracy. Transition period is normally the time you can say, really, are we ready for democracy? This is the period, and it requires all hands to be on deck to see that everything works. Not just we who are participants or those who are contesting. No. It requires the support fully. INEC should sincerely transparently that we are ready, willing to make Nigerians happy, to make the transition smooth. And how do they do them? How do they do it? To make sure things are done in order. They have made such promises. We believe, and from what we have seen, We believe so. If things move on this way, we believe so. Now, it also requires security agencies. You know, I've been a victim. This state has been a victim of security people. Why? The truth of the matter, the security people told us severally that they are not going to participate. In fact, we found out they were the chief electoral officers. Each of security officers, they became chief electoral officers. You know, if you were River State, I came in 2015. Maybe my book, when it comes to, even Nigeria have interested to read my book, my experience. What happened in the court, not as per my own election, how the Court of Appeal modified every assembly and National Assembly election. It was terrible in this state. We saw war, we saw soldiers, we saw police. It was deadly to make sure they take over everything. In 2015, 2016, now 2019 became the worst. This was security agencies that promised us that, look, they are not here to side one party or the other. It was something else. 2019, I don't want to remember. But when I remember it, I feel bad. I saw how soldiers killed our people. I saw how soldiers were carrying bombs. In fact, the 6th Division became the center of INEC in 2019. So each time they tell me they will not be involved, and I get scared. They want to take us unaware. And it's very bad, because what we saw in 2019, I don't think any state ever experienced it. We saw a general officer commanding. This wasn't to command the troops at war. He commanded the election. The Commissioner of Police, who was supposed to be the chairman of Election Security Committee, the GOC took over. So in that case, security has a role to play. Do you want this election, this transition, to be smooth or not? It's not merely we will make sure it's smooth. You know, I don't want to buy that kind of crap. That for me is not, I will not agree. I must see in reality that yes, not for him to go and sleep, that they have told us. So that is part of it. So it's not only one person or one group that will make the election to be smooth or for the transition to be successful. Even the president also has a lot of role to play. So say, listen, I made Nigerians this promise, and I want to keep to that promise. Yes, I'm leaving office. I want to leave a legacy. If there's one legacy I, as a person, would want Mr. President to leave, forget about project, because when the transition does not go smoothly, it's a problem. Even whatever legacy in terms of project, neither here nor there. So the president also has a key role to play to say, listen, security. He has said so. You don't need to involve yourself, but only to provide security for the electoral umpire to conduct the election smoothly. So president will not only be seen to be said it, but should be seen to be really enforcing that yes, that is what should be.
Okay, finally, Your Excellency, you leave office in a few months' time, and you'll be handing over to whoever wins, your successor. What's next for you? A lot of people are interested in that.
Well, I think that is between me and my God. By the grace of God, I want to finish strong, and I believe I'm going to finish strong with the way things are going. And then I take a break, and then reflect over things, and then pray, and then God to really direct me on what next to do. I will not be here now to tell you, oh, as I'm leaving, this is what I'm going to do. I must have to take a break and ponder over things, reflect over the years, and then see how I can now decide what actually to do.
Will you be in River State?
I love this state so much. I love this state so much. I think I want governor that even if you carry me to town to sleep in Abuja or Lagos or other states, it's difficult. I don't know anywhere. Well, if it was easy to go to overseas today and come back today, I would do it. But it's unfortunate that if you go today, you can't come back today. Even if you're okay, those who have their private, I don't have, as a person, I don't have, right? So when I leave office, if I go to overseas, I can't come back. If not, I can tell you, if there's opportunity to fly in today, come back today, because I don't see any other state that is more beautiful, any state I love so much like River State, I can tell you that. That's why, when anything that concerns rivers, don't be offended that I take it so serious. Because it's a state that's given me everything. It's a state that provided me what I am today. And so I sincerely owe the state a lot. And that's why when I go out to Abuja in a meeting, I say, look, what am I doing here? My constituents are not here. Who am I going to see? Let me run back, or I will see one or two of my constituents who has one problem or the other for you to solve. So I love it. So I'll be in Rivers. I'm not going to anywhere.
Your Excellency, the Executive Governor of Rivers State, thank you so much for your time with us.
You're welcome. Thank you very much.